Hello, Lisa, the ukulele fool here, and I have got a full house because for this superhero interview, I have got some of the main movers and shakers in the Pandemic Pluckers. Now, if you haven't heard from them, they are based in the UK. I heard about them from one of my Australian patrons because he was heading over there and he says, you got to check these guys out. And when I did, it was like, wow, it blew my mind. And I said, we've got to get a superhero interview with these guys. And so thank you so much for everybody coming on to do an interview. Let's just do quick little introductions, and I'm going to do it how everybody shows up on my screen. So let's start with Danny.
Hello.
Hi, Danny.
Hi. Sorry. Hello.
Danny, where are you located these days?
I'm located in London.
Actually, in London. Wonderful. And Danny actually came to one of my Zoom jams, so I feel like she's part of the family. Then we have Uwe Holstein. Hi, Uwe. Good to see you.
Hello, hi. I'm the guy not from the islands. I am from Germany. So, yeah.
All right, perfect. So it's getting more interesting by the minute here. And then Ronan McCauley, welcome. Hi.
Howdy, how are you?
I'm doing great, and I'm so excited to have you guys on. Where are you these days, Ronan?
I'm in County Wicklow in Ireland.
Wow. Say that again.
Yeah. In Wicklow in Ireland.
Wicklow, County Wicklow. See, you got to do it for my American ears. Now say it like you said it before too, because that was so cool.
County Wicklow in Ireland. I'm self-conscious now.
I'm doing my job then as an interview, making everybody feel uncomfortable.
Perfect.
Eric, welcome.
Yeah, hello.
Hi, you were hosting when I first came in for Pandemic Pluckers.
Yeah, I've been going for quite some time, but I wasn't one of the first. But I just sort of happened on it. I can't remember how I got to it, but somebody gave me a link to it and I joined in, and I've been coming in virtually every night ever since.
Perfect. And
I'm based in Mansfield, which is in Nottinghamshire. Just think of Sherwood Forest. You know where I am.
Okay, perfect. I know where you are. And is it now? And is there a football club near you too?
Say again?
Is there a football club near you as well?
Oh yes, Nottingham Forest. Yes, you'll not heard of them.
Mansfield Town.
Yeah.
Mansfield Town, yes, but they're not quite so well known.
Okay, and Carol Wyndham, last but not least, welcome. It's so good to have you here.
Hello.
And whereabouts are you located?
I'm representing Croydon Ukulele Jam, which is in South London, which is where I am right now, but I'm normally right on the Scottish border.
Oh, really? And whereabouts? Like near York on that side? Or?
Oh, no, way further north than that. Berwick-upon-Tweed, which
Okay.
is, I literally can walk out my front door. If I turn left, I'm in England. If I turn right, I'm in Scotland.
Oh my goodness. So that's kind of like me. I can see the Midwest from my house, even though I'm in the Mid-South.
And we drove past Mansfield today, and I waved at you, Eric.
Okay.
All right. Well, you guys are doing just in a nutshell, the Pandemic Pluckers have been doing a nightly jam session with leaders taking turns with songbooks, and you've been doing it every night since sometime in mid-March, right?
Yeah, around the 12th of March was when we kicked off.
So what I want to know is how did you get this started, and how did you get such strong leadership? Do tell.
Not sure how to answer the leadership thing. It's always like herding cats most nights. But it started off. One of the main founder is Lorraine Bow. She's a London-based ukulele teacher, and she just had the idea of doing maybe one jam a week just to bring people together, and she made the mistake of telling other people about it because everyone wanted to get involved then, including myself. And I suppose it all fell apart from there. It it started off as just 2 or 3 hosts. There was myself, a guy called Dave Cornett from Liverpool, and Lorraine. Then that grew even further again. We eventually went. Did we have all 7 nights full? And then, but yeah, it's wound up with like people from everywhere around the world taking part. I mean, it literally just started off as just a way for a bunch of nutcases to get together and play a few songs, and it turned into a much bigger bunch. Yeah, it's been amazing. Now we've got 5 songbooks that we're going through, so there's almost an entire week's worth of songs that we have access to at any given point.
Yeah, and I have your songbook, Ronan. I down because you've got a songbook, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then Eric, you have a songbook as well, don't you?
Yes, since starting this thing, I decided that, well, something a bit different, because some of the songs that I usually do weren't in the other songbooks, and I thought, well, when I started hosting one of the nights, which I do alternate Sundays with Carol, because Carol does one every other Sunday, I thought, well, I'll introduce a few songs that I do, and I've just increased the size of my songbook this week to 200 songs.
Wow.
You know, and that's just... And quite a few of the songs are not repeats of the other songbooks, because why bother repeating? Because they're in the other songbook anyway, so...
In fact, everyone here has its own songbook. Danny has its musical songbook, Eric has a songbook, Carol has a songbook, I have my songbook on my own. And in fact, there is the songbook overall, what's the Ukulele Wednesday songbook.
Okay, and
So
I have that
in fact, we have
Wednesdays.
6.
Yeah.
And I have yours, Uwe, as well. So I'll have to get yours, Carol. And so Carol, you were part of the original crew that started things going.
Well, we had started thinking about lockdown because we thought it was coming, and our group that meets in person in the pub on a Sunday night, we decided to have a go at doing that on Facebook. And I think Lorraine saw that and said, well, why don't you just do it with us instead of separately? So we sort of joined. Yeah, we've worked with Lorraine before, and we put a ukulele festival on and things like that. So it was nice to sort of just join up and make a bigger family, as it were.
Perfect. Well, you guys have certainly been a success story. So for anybody that would like to get involved with the Pandemic Pluckers, like to join one of the jam sessions, how would they do that? Can Uwe and Danny, can you give us some ideas on how to do that?
Yeah, it's slightly easy. We do have a Facebook group that are the Pandemic Pluckers, and within there you will find any existing songbook and even more files, and you will find the Zoom account where we are on from every single day from 8 p.m. in the evening, and we will play from every songbook for hours.
If you put into Facebook, if you search for self-isolating strummers or Pandemic Pluckers, it will come up with the page. You can apply to be a member. As soon as you're a member, there's a post every single day from each of the hosts that are doing that evening, and all of the information is on that post. So you can find the Zoom link on there, you can find the songbook that is being used then, and and also during the meetings, the hosts are very good at telling people what's happening. If anybody's a bit confused as to what's happening or which book we're using, people are very friendly. So.
And the question I have are the Zoom links continually changing, or do they? No, so it's pretty much the same for each day of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah, every single day it's the same Zoom link. Yeah.
Good to know. So somebody could create their own little file and have the Zoom links and perfect. Well, I think you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that and I'm going to put that in the description box down below here on YouTube. So if anybody wants to get involved and join them, because I had a blast when I came, and I wish I had more free time because I would join in more frequently. But of course, you're kind of in the middle of my day. I'm still in work mode. Oh, guys,
it's 8 p.m. UK time, which means that it's 9 p.m. for Uwe. it's the middle of the day for you Americans, and we do have the occasional Australians who come in the early hours.
Well, that's how I learned about it, was from Jock Chambers, right, from South Australia, Mount Gambier, Australia. Yeah. He's gotten to be quite the... Yeah, so he told me about you guys. Well, one of the things that attracted me so much to this group and why I wanted to do this interview was what we're going to talk about next is that you did a big charity drive. And for those of you that aren't familiar with me, I'm the Ukulele Fool. I have a YouTube channel because, right, you're watching it on YouTube. So you must know that already. But I also have a Patreon community. And on my Patreon community, I have goals. I'm about 30 members away from hitting my next goal, which is to get 6 ukuleles into a center for autism that works with youth and young adults. And so these are folks that on the spectrum disorder are, have more issues rather than being, what you think of people that can function without help. And they have a music therapist there. I'm really excited. I already have an instrument that was given to me in public relations that I will be donating along with those 6. So, if you feel like at a small amount per month, you'd like to get part of that and you get all my chord charts and then there's more rewards and stuff, check me out on patreon.com and we'll be talking a little bit more about that later. But before we do, let's hear about your fundraising that Pandemic Pluckers did for Doctors Without Borders, because that was a superhero event. So who wants to tell? Ronan, can you tell us about the basis of that, how that, what you guys did?
I suppose the late Saturday night sessions inspired it, but Danny definitely took it too far. What you call it? The Saturday night sessions typically they either go on very late or they end very early, depending on how you look at time. But
Ronan has no neighbours to object.
Yep. No, we keep going till we stop, and then Danny just said, "What if we did a 24-hour thing?" And I just said, yeah, I'd do it if it was for charity. And I'm pretty sure Danny should take over here because she pretty much rolled with that idea and grew it into the monster it became. So do you want to take over on it?
I was walking along the street back home again and I thought, God, wouldn't it be good if we did 24-hour Zoom? And then I thought, who would be stupid enough to do that with me? So I contacted these guys. It was amazing. Actually, there had been a little bit of talk about doing a 24-hour Zoom, especially on a Friday night with Mandy. They kept joking about doing a 24-hour Zoom. There was also, we wrote a musical as well. That was, everybody participated together and I just sort of put it together and that kicked off the 24 hours. And everybody was, I was the person who went, let's do it. Okay, let's do it. But honestly, everybody was so it was just amazing. Everybody was so supportive and doing things. Laura as well, Ronan's partner, was very good with scheduling everything and sorting everything out. She kept us all on track. And Ronan and Laura did the whole 24 hours as well, and so did Uwe. And Eric came in when we were all hazy-eyed and couldn't see what we were doing, and came and kept us going. Carol did as well. It was a really good feeling to be doing something during the lockdown and when we couldn't get out. And I don't know, it felt, yeah, it was amazing. And we raised a lot of money. How much money did we raise, Uwe?
Yeah.
We made 4,408 euros, what means there are about 4,000 British pounds within this event, within these 24 hours, and it went a bit longer ongoing. Yeah.
And
well, I remember the situation where we sit around just checking for the first goal that we want to reach. And we were thinking about, let's take a bit. Will we go to 250 euro? Now let's take a bigger goal. Let's say 500. And this goal was even reached after 3 days without just with the announcement that we will just that we will do this charity, and we reached it, and then it became 4,400 euros in the end, and never expected that.
Yeah, because when I chimed in, it was you guys were up over 3,000 when I tuned in, so it was amazing. And this was all one of the things that I wanted to let people know is this all was a direct link through Facebook that went directly to Doctors Without Borders.
Yes.
And so
Yes.
so you know that you're really contributing exactly to the cause. You made that so wonderfully transparent and easy, because I was able to easily donate. That was awesome. So yeah, well, in case there's other groups out there thinking that they want to do something like this, any advice?
On the 24-hour thing.
Well,
Just
or doing on the 24-hour thing. How'd
the
that
best
go?
Collect a bunch of nutcases, gather them in one spot, make noise, collect money.
Yeah, and the biggest thing, don't think about it, just do. If you start to think about doing it, you will not do it. Just do. Just go out, find some guys who will help you, and then go on, start the stream and do.
Okay. I'm feeling inspired. I think I need to do something in the for the post holidays, or maybe pre-holidays. I'll have to think about that. No, I should just do it, right? Don't think.
Yeah. It was so amazing though that I think our lowest point was about 3 o'clock in the morning. Not lowest as in, oh my God, we're doing it, but lowest amount of people and energy. And I think did we get down to about 12 or something? So there was still a lot of people there, even at stupid o'clock in the morning for us, but people had joined from Australia, people had joined from America, and people really, I feel like everybody was in it together, and it was a really lovely thing to experience. So.
Okay, well, I'm
5 or 6. There were the mad 5 or 6 who stayed all 24 hours.
Yeah, and I guess we never dropped under the 20 people.
Yeah.
We were at a minimum of 20 people, and in the maximum we had over 70.
Yeah.
At one time, and I guess when we go over the whole 24 hours, we were far over 220, I guess.
okay.
With all the
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Well, I'm going to put the word out right now. If you're thinking that you want to collaborate with me to do something like that, and I've got an international audience, we could even do it so that maybe people wouldn't have to stay up all night, so the people in Alaska and the people in Australia and in the UK and in Turkey and Iran we'll work this out. So let me know in the comments down below. Now, I know that putting together songbooks and chord charts and all that kind of stuff is a Herculean effort, to be accurate at it and make sure that they're always updated. I have a Patreon page to help keep me going to do that kind of stuff, but I also realize that some of you are also looking for Patreon membership.
I guess so, yeah. Well, if they're interested if they want to support what I'm doing, they can go to ronan.ie. Hang on, can I do a fancy thing here? Yeah. They can go to ronan.ie.
Hey.
And there's a whole load of learning resources in that. And if they want to give something back, they can use Patreon or PayPal to support that. I think Eric's got a similar situation going himself.
I have a web link and a Patreon, which I shall pass on to Lee, so you can put it in the description. I'm not a professional ukulele player or teacher or anything like that, like Ronan. My main thing is that I picked it up 7 years ago, and I've been a busker, and I do that just mainly for fun and for a little bit of extra cash. But it's good fun, and it cheers a lot of people up. And that's where I've come from. And although I do go along to my little local ukulele group, I'm not doing the sort of things that most of them are doing. You know. So you'll find that I specialise generally with the sort of comic stuff and the silly stuff. So on my YouTube channel, you've got all lovely things like My Old Man's a Dustman and things like that. You know.
Oh, I have to check that out because I'm into the silly.
Yeah.
So, Carol, what did you want to add?
Well, we don't have a Patreon thing as such, but when we get back to normal, we normally have concerts on every month, and we run the 2 uke jams a month and a folk session once a month, and we normally have at least 1 gig a month, and usually a festival every year, different themed festival. We've had a ukulele festival. We had Phil Dolman play, and Elliot Mason, who I'd heartily recommend if you want to laugh, and Joe Stevenson. And then we've had Northumbrian festivals where we've had people like Alistair Anderson and Bob Fox play. So when eventually we get back to normal, we'll be putting those on again. But we have had a couple of gigs online, and you can find them on Facebook. And our group is called the Ukulele Under the Machines. Like, these machines can kill fascists. That's the idea. You know, bit of a Woody Guthrie thing in there. So if you look for the Ukulele Other Machines, you'll find sort of quite an archive of our previous gigs. And it's not just ukulele stuff. We've got an amazing klezmer clarinetist called Michael Winograd from New York doing a gig for us from his front room. So feel free to jump on there, and you can still pay the artists through that.
Yeah. Oh, I've done a ukulele and clarinet gig. That was amazing. I had so much fun. So yeah, I'm totally down with that. That's awesome. Well, and you'll send me that stuff because I'll put it all down below so people can find you. You have been such a fabulous resource to the ukulele community in a time of real need. You know, as we all know, that I mean, I am used to performing weekly, and that just all evaporated. So so thank you so much for spreading the ukulele love, and I'm just in awe. But you know, as people have requested, we need to hear you play. So let's end this interview with a song. Who would like to introduce the song?
Yeah, we play from the Pokes the song "Dirty Old Town." Here in Germany. It's an ukulele jam traditional. It has to be played every jam we have, and I guess it would be the same in London and Ireland. So we just share up. We do a collaboration about the song. Everyone shares a verse, and this is how our daily jams also works. If you can play together at the same time, let's make a duet one after another.
And it's also a Croydon songs. It's by Ewan McCauley, who's from Croydon, from sunny, well, not very sunny anymore, Croydon, which is where I am at the minute.
Yay! So. I met my love by the gasworks wall. Dreamed the dream by the old canal. I kissed my girl by the factory wall. Dirty old town, dirty old town.
Clouds are drifting across the moon. Cats are prowling on the beach. Springs a girl from the streets at night. Dirty old town, dirty old town.
The siren from the docks. Saw a train set the night on fire. I smelled the spring on the smoky wind. Dirty old town, dirty old town.
I'm gonna make a big short work Dirty old town, dirty old town.
I met my love by the gasworks wall and dreamed a dream by the old canal. I kissed my girl by the factory wall. Dirty old town, dirty old town, dirty old town, dirty old town.
Yay! Woo! I am so grateful to the folks that I have encountered in the ukulele world in the UK, because I would have never known that song if it hadn't been for that. And I've fallen in love with it. I have to do a tutorial on it, huh? So thank you so very much for taking the time to talk to me, and thank you so much for all the efforts that you are doing to make the world a better place through the ukulele. Sending you all the love that I can, sending it out to you there in YouTube land. We love you. Stay strong, and leave us a comment down below. Let us know. Do you want to get involved in some charity work on a 24-hour gig? We can do it.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Let's wave them off here. Bye bye.
Thank you for having us. Yeah.
Bye. Danke.